Hi guys, I am Isa, and today we're going to learn how to make a shooter game using Scratch. Okay, so basically the first thing we need is a player sprite. So I'm going to go into the costume editor. I'm just going to draw like a simple circle. Oops, too big. So I'm just going to draw a simple circle. And I'm going to snap it into this thingy in the center. But the circle needs something to shoot, so I'm going to give him this weapon. It doesn't really look like a weapon, but whatever, it still is. Yeah, that looks more like a tank, but still. Let's just write when flat clicked forever to make our main loop. So the first thing I'm going to add is, I don't know, maybe keyboard controls or mouse controls. Yeah, mouse controls are better for this type of game. So yeah, I'm going to say, wait, what? So I'm going to use the if statement right here. So I'm going to say if mouse down. So like if the mouse is like pressed. So if the mouse is down, then it's going to glide 1 second. The mouse pointer. That's fine and all, but it doesn't really look too good. So I'm going to make a variable called acceleration, or just ac, lowercase. I'm just going to delete this my variable since we don't really need it. So if mouse down, change acceleration by 1. And here I'm going to say set acceleration to acceleration multiplied by 0.8. Click, click, click. Doesn't really work since, you know, like you have to like move to the acceleration. So I'm gonna say move acceleration steps. So if I click and do that, but it's not really pointing to my mouse pointer. That's why it's not moving. So I'm gonna add that. If I click, it'll slowly be accelerating to my mouse pointer, and it's gonna stop smoothly because of our 0.8 thingy. If we change just 0.9, it'll be more slippery, and if we use 0.99, it's going to be much more slippery with our hearing around everywhere. So let's just leave it at 0.85 or something. Then turn this into a variable called res distance, or just res for short. So yeah, it's going to be act times res. In the beginning, I'm going to set act to 0. I'm going to set the res, which is the resistance, as I said, to 0.85. Wait. So now, you have to follow your mouse around everywhere. Oh, so that's nice and all. So let's just hide these variables. They make our game not look that great. Speaking of the looks, we can add a background. So I'm just gonna draw some sort of cave background. I don't know how the caves look. So then, if you want to add new points, just click on this tool thingy, and yeah. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, draw whatever the heck this is. Alright, so now we've done our really cool background. Let me just make it lighter a little. So now we have this tank that can move, but if the tank just hits your mouse, like if you drag it, it's gonna drag. Don't want that. You can turn it on full screen. Right, now our tank can actually go. Oh yeah, we can also change the acceleration. So like if I choose this fast acceleration, it's gonna follow your mouse fastly. If I choose this like middle acceleration, it's gonna follow your mouse at that speed. So time for the bullets. Make a sprite called bullet. So I'm going to make a sprite called bullet, and this bullet sprite is going to be, you know, our bullet. So it's just going to be another black box, just like the player. Black box. Okay, maybe a red box would be better to show that it's a bullet more clearly. Yeah, I guess. So we have to snap it to the center as usual. So now we're gonna say one flat clicked for forever. I'm using if statement. If mouse down, then wait to code of myself. I'm also gonna hide the base sprite because why not, I guess. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Now we're gonna start coding the clones. So when I start as a clone, so on the board it starts as a clone on me. Switch goes to the player. So I'm gonna use the go-to block instead to sprite 1. Wait, it's not player, that's sprite 1. I'm gonna change sprite 1's name to player. So now if I put the mouse is down, yeah, there are no clones. Actually, there are clones, just that the clones aren't showing. Then I have a show block right here. So now, we're going to be making these bullets. Squad has a 300 clone limit, if you didn't know. So, like, if we keep on making these forever, we're going to reach a 300 clone limit. As you can see, we've reached it right now. We can't create any more clones. So, yeah. Anyways, I want to make the move. Point towards mouse pointer, that's more important. So now it kind of looks like drawing a shape. So like you can draw a triangle. Well, that's not a triangle, but that's not the point of this. You have to make the bullets to move. Oh yeah, I'm also going to delete this clone right here. Just going to delete the clones instantly. But before we delete the clones, I want to put a repeat block. Repeat until touching the edge. Or, the reason why there's an or, because we're going to add enemies to this game. So I'm just going to leave it there just in case. So repeat until touching edge or nothing. So, it's going to be moving 10 steps. Is 10 steps enough? Jesus, who's going? Is it too fast? No one knows. Let's have to test it out. Alright, that's actually not bad. But, that's what I look at it. The tank thingy moving a little fast. He just beats 1. Bam. And the bullets are also moving too fast. Okay, they're not moving too fast, they just, like, 2.5 seconds is too big. It's gonna get bored. Right, so, now we have the perfect player and bullet. Oh yeah, just notice a small issue. The bullet's on the back of the player. Wait, the bullet's on the front of the player, so, I'm gonna make it to go to the back layer to fix that. So now, bam, bullet's on the back layer. We have this really cool bullet system thing. Oh yeah, this could happen. Anyway, so I'm to add enemies. Then make an enemy sprite right here. It's gonna be a red ball. Okay, no, we can't make it be red since I don't know. Let's make it a green ball. Okay, yeah, green isn't quite fitting for an enemy, but whatever. Alright, so when the flag is clicked forever, it's going to be creating a clone of itself. And when it starts as a clone, it's going to, I don't know, go somewhere. So, I'm going to say go to X. Okay, yeah, instead of that, I could just try to go to random position. Or instead, I can glide 1 second to random position. And the initial X would be 0 and 0. So now, there are many stuffs gliding to random positions. Okay, maybe not. All of them are gliding to the same place. That's not a good thing. Let me just hide the sprite and show the sprite. The sprite. Right, so now all of them go to this really cool random direction. So repeat until. I'm gonna leave it blank because enemies can't be defeated. Move towards player. Going to glide 1 second towards player, making them. So yeah, now there are many of them. Alright, so basically, instead of using this glide thingy, I'm gonna glide 1 second to X and Y. I'm gonna glide 1 second to pick a random 1 and I don't know 500. I don't really know what the widths and heights of scratches are. So let's just pick between 1 and 500. Okay, actually, instead of speculating, we can like drag this tank right here. Whoops. X million, Y million. So the maximum X is there 242 and 179. 242. 179. I'm also gonna write the negative counterparts. Now, we'll get some sort of random place. Let me just hide this one here. Alright, so basically all of them, they start there and they start gliding between their positions. I want there to be space between creating enemies. Gonna add like this, wait 4 seconds here. Gonna be gliding towards me. Every enemy is gonna be gliding towards me, so gonna have to be, careful a little. Alright, so basically change this X to negative 240, negative 179, negative 179.